Hello, everyone. Welcome to Reading History number 16. Before I begin reading from Ernest's second diary, I would like to highlight this Boys Union tool chest. This had been my grandfather's, George Mervyn Ferrier, Ernest's youngest brother, 13 years his junior, and had been passed down to my father and then to my brother Randy. It remains in excellent shape to this day. It was made by the Bliss Manufacturing Company in Rhode Island. Bliss and Company was established in 1845, originally a tool company before it became a leading manufacturer of toys. The Boys Union tool chest was advertised in the 1911 Bliss catalog as an exact imitation of an adult's tool chest. My grandfather would have been 11 years old at that time, and I'm sure this would have made an ideal present for him. And now I will begin with Ernest's second diary. Monday, July the 2nd, 1906. Father and the boys spent today at our statue labor. We have 10 days work to do and got 8 days time in today. This forenoon I took Alice into town to have a couple of teeth pulled. The Good Roads machinery got away from our gate to the pile in Mr. John McGowan's this afternoon. In the time they were at our gate, they must have crushed nearly 80 cords of stone. Tuesday, July the 3rd. We got our road work done today, with just Lloyd turning out with the team. Mr. McVitie was pathmaster, and he had the man turnpile a piece of Mr. Armour's side road between his gate at his buildings and the Scotch line. At home, Father and the other two boys hand-hoed our potatoes this forenoon, but this afternoon we had some rain, so they found some work in the byre. Wednesday, July the 4th. A good deal of rain fell this forenoon, and so we spent our time getting the barn in better shape for haying. This evening, Father and Mother went to town as the ordination of the new elders for Knox Church was to take place tonight, and so Father had to make his appearance. Thursday, July the 5th. We spent this forenoon about the buildings, but this afternoon Father and Leslie worked the horse hoe in the corn, and Lloyd harrowed the piece in the swamp that we did not get sown. The first hay that we know of to be cut in this neighborhood was at Mr. Moody's this afternoon. The hay is rather green to cut yet, but those that have much hay to get off need to begin pretty soon. Friday, July the 6th. We had visitors today. This forenoon, Father went to town and brought home Aunt Lizzie Ferrier and Mrs. Brown. Mrs. Brown is a sister of Miss Annie Gow. This evening, Father and Mother went to town with them. Saturday, July the 7th. This forenoon, us 5 eldest went down to Uncle Johnny James for a visit and spent a pleasant day there. Uncle Johnny has started haying and got 3 loads in today. At home, Father spent this forenoon getting things in better shape for haying, and this afternoon he got some hay in the garden at home cut. Sunday, July the 8th. We all went to church today, but Leslie and Alex. Today was my first trip to church since New Year's Day, 1905. I suppose that I might have started sooner, but I disliked going on crutches, and this was as soon as the others would let me go without them. Monday, July the 9th. This forenoon, Father got the hay in the garden all cut, and this afternoon, Father and I started into the field on the left side of the barn, leading back to the grove, and cut until about 3:30, when we were obliged to quit as there was a thunderstorm coming in. During the storm, a flash of lightning struck the elm at the foot of the garden between the house and Mr. Moody's sideline. The 10th. The weather this forenoon was not much like haying, and so Father and Mother went to town. This evening we got a little of the hay that was cut yesterday, raked and caulked. This evening Alice and I went down to Mr. Moody's to see Russell, who just arrived home last week from a 10 months visit out west. He has had quite a trip, having been all the way out to the Pacific coast. Wednesday, July the 11th. We had not a bad hay day today. This forenoon I finished mowing the field on the left side of the lane leading back to the maple grove on this place. Father went to town this morning, and before he came home he purchased a hay tedder and brought it home with him. It is of the McCormick make. We are going to have some pretty heavy hay this year, and Father has come to the conclusion that a tedder is a necessary implement to have to get it cured properly. This evening, the boys got a small load of hay from the garden into the barn. Thursday, July the 12th. We did not do much hay this forenoon, but this afternoon Father and the boys got 6 loads into the stable loft and 1 into the barn at home. I got about 1/2 of the hay on the slant in front of the house on the other place mown this afternoon. Friday, July the 13th. This forenoon, Father and I cut the remainder of the slant on the front of the house on the other place, and after we were done, I drove the tedder over it twice. I think that our tedder is going to do its work very well. This afternoon, Father and the boys got the last of the hay from the field in the left side of our home, leading back to the maple grove on this place. There were 3 loads of it, and they went into the stable loft, and this evening the boys took a load off the piece we finished cutting on the other place this forenoon and put it into the barn at home. Saturday, July the 14th. We had not a bad hay day today. This forenoon, Father and I got the piece of hay in the west side of the field that the pig pen is in cut down. When we were done, Father and the boys got 2 loads of hay to the barn at home from the slant in front of the house on the other place. This afternoon, Father had to go to the funeral of Mr. Robert Hendry, who died yesterday, and so the boys had to draw it in themselves. They got 2 loads in, 1 from the other place and 1 from the piece we cut this morning. What we got in from home was cut yesterday, however. While the other boys were drawing in, I raked the remainder of the field at home with the side-delving hay rake. This is the first time that I ever drove this rake. We have now 16 loads of hay, 12 from home and 4 from the other place. Sunday, July the 15th. We all went to church but Lloyd today. Father reached the half-century mark in his life today. And that is where I shall leave off today. Thank you as always for listening to Reading History with Great Uncle Ernest.